What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am using up some ingredients that I found in the bottom of my fridge. I found a few potatoes, or as Guyanese people know them as aloo, some okra, as well as some baby cherry tomatoes in my fridge. Now what I'm going to do is put them all together in one dish, and I am making fried aloo or potatoes with okra, and I'm seasoning it up with some very simple spices and ingredients that you all will have in your pantries. So if you have these ingredients today, go ahead and head on in your kitchen and try this out, because it is one that you are truly going to enjoy. Now, if you do not have fresh okra, you could go ahead and use the frozen one or the canned one, or you could totally omit it and just make some fried potatoes. And if you wanted to make it a little healthier, you could even use sweet potatoes. So let's get into the recipe. So whenever I make any dish with okra, I always like to use a non-stick pan, because I find that the pan does not make the okra stick, and okra can get very slimy sometimes, so this is just a precaution I take so this way it does not get slimy and it fries up well. So to begin this dish, we're going to go in with some oil in our heavy bottom pot. I'm using non-stick as I said before, and then you're going to go straight in with your thinly sliced potatoes. Remember, the thinner you slice the potatoes, the faster they will cook and the more even they will cook. So I recommend slicing them about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch thick, so this way they cook very evenly. Basically, I'm going to stir these around for about 10 to maybe 12 minutes until they cook down halfway and until they start getting a nice crispy brown exterior. My potatoes have been frying up on a medium to medium low heat for about 10 minutes at this point, and as you guys can see, a lot of it has developed a nice golden brown crust on the edges, and it has cooked down about halfway. So at the halfway point, you're going to go in with your thinly sliced okra. Now, for me, I went ahead and I washed the whole okras, I cut off the stems, and then I cut them thinly, and I left them in a plate. You could leave them in a tray or whatever, and you're going to allow them to dry just for about an hour, or you could leave it all day if you have the time, just so this way it doesn't get slimy as it cooks, because okra is a very slimy ingredient. I don't know what the chemical structure of it is, but once it hits the heat and you stir it too much, it actually becomes very slimy. So once you add it in, stir it gently and allow it to fry with the potatoes for about another 10 to 15 minutes until everything gets nice and golden brown. Remember, do not stir it too much, just go in and shake it every once in a while so it doesn't get slimy. So my okra has been frying up with the potatoes for about another 10 minutes, and I went ahead and I stirred it occasionally every few minutes, and I kept it on that medium to medium low heat so this way it did not burn. As you guys can see, it's deepened in color and there's a lot of nice crustiness going on all over the potatoes and the okra. So once you see that it is almost going to be done, you're going to go in with some thinly sliced onions as well as some chopped garlic. Now what you're basically going to do is stir all of these ingredients together to get it combined with the okra and the potatoes. I also want to mention that I'm going in with some thinly sliced broadleaf thyme or thick leaf thyme. This is just what I have in my garden. If you do not have it, you can totally omit it, or you could even use some regular dried thyme in this. So you want to stir it all together. Again, be mindful that the okra is in there and it could get slimy, so don't stir it too much. And you're going to allow this to cook down for about another 5 to 6 minutes until the onions are cooked down as well. After the onions have been cooking for about 2 minutes, you're going to go in with some chopped up tomatoes. Now I'm using some cherry tomatoes because that's what I found in my fridge, but you're free to use any type of tomato that you want. It's not much, you're just adding a little bit just to give some added flavor. And I'm also going in with some finely chopped wiri peppers. So if you didn't want to add tomatoes, you don't have to. I know for some people the combination of potato and okra and tomatoes might be weird, but to me it tasted just fine and it was so delicious. So you're going to stir this around, continue letting it cook until the potatoes are fully cooked, the okra is fully cooked, and the onions have cooked down. In total, this mixture has cooked for about an additional 8 minutes after I added in the tomatoes as well as the hot peppers. And as you guys can see, everything's cooked down really well. There's beautiful brown spots on everything. And at this point, it's time to add in your salt and pepper to taste. You never want to add salt in the beginning of the cooking process with okra, because salt actually brings out the sliminess and you don't want it to be slimy. So once you stir it around, it's ready to serve. So I hope all of you lovely people enjoyed this video today. Remember, if you have these ingredients, go ahead and give this a try. I ate this with oil roti and some other foods, but if you wanted to, you could eat this with sada roti, you could eat it with dal and rice, or honestly, even by itself, it's delicious as well. I promise if you try it, you will not be disappointed. So if you guys enjoyed the video today, go ahead and give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed yet. Make sure you click that little bell notification icon on the red subscribe button, so this way you're notified on when I post my newest videos. And don't forget to leave all of your amazing comments down below. I'll see you guys again very soon in my newest video. Bye guys!